All right, another tableside tutorial. Let's make it a good one. 2 tables, 3 max so far. We've got George and Owen on this side, and we've got Caden and Brandon on the other side. Don't know what's going on here. Playing heads up so far. So 5 heads up, so raise heads up. All right, so George and Owen, if you have any comments or questions, you can ask away, or if one of you guys wants to sit in, you can sit. But if you're happy sitting on this side, you can sit on this side. Up to you.
All right. Yeah, cool.
All right, so we've got top bit up here on the left. For a pot, we got some backdoor stuff on the right. Let's raise this one. I'll raise this one as well. Ruse it. Check it back. It's pretty capped here. It's pretty capped here.
Yeah.
It's pretty capped on the left.
You don't want to bet on the turn on the on that ace queen.
I think you just got to be a little bit more polar. Does it call? I think it is. No, it's got kings. Go on, catch up. No.
Yeah.
All right, so I got shot on the right. I guess if we're betting any ace highs, this one has got to be the one, right? Backdoor gut shot.
Backdoor, yeah.
Backdoor plus a gut shot. Probably go either way with this hand. Call, raise, fold. Yeah, let's just call.
It's a call, yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit bigger than it's 5x instead of 4x.
Do you use a randomizer usually when you play?
No. Oh, we got there. We got there, Nova. We got there. Yeah. Can we raise? Probably raise. Let's raise. Seven checks. Guess we can check it back and draw. And we beat ace 3, ace 4. Don't beat any of the other aces, so. Straight block. I don't know. I think it's a little bit too thin to raise. Maybe if I had a stronger ace, I could raise, which is cool. Yeah. I mean, considering between calling and raising that bit, it just seems a bit thin. I mean, I think he could value bet some of his own aces for that size, so can't really raise the weaker aces.
Raising there for value, right?
Yeah. You see how he was betting jacks. I mean, I imagined he'd be betting jacks for kings and other hands like that for the same size. But because he would also do that with some of his ace x, I can't really raise my very weak ace x, even though it blocks, even though it blocks the straight. It's still not strong enough. But if I had a better kicker, then probably would. Is it cool? Probably not. It's cool anyway.
Above average flop.
I don't know. I think any flop you hit is above average. No, on the right should be interesting. Should be interesting on the right. Left, pretty weirdest flop. Weirdest turn. Let's just pot it. Oh man, that is a sucky. That is a sucky joint. That is a sucky turn cut on the right. Actually, it's probably not too bad. It's got way more ace-x than we do. We've got ace 2, ace 3, ace 8. So much ace-x. Okay, yeah, all right. Let's. I don't know. Maybe a bit thin. Other yeah. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's do this. This is a very similar. That was a very similar hand to the one I posted in response to Danmer's. Give me 5 hand histories. He still hasn't responded to my question, by the way. Danmer.
Is that in the tutorials teaching chat?
No, Danmer in UP. He made a post where he asked for some people to put some hand histories, and I put like a really weird one where it was like 5 boost or something, and overbet flop, and then he went check on the turn, and you've got the second pair there. It was like almost identical to this hand here, and the correct play on the river is to like bet very small with your 8, almost identical. But he didn't respond to that hand history, unfortunately. You guys can't hear my music, can you?
No.
Nope.
Good, because if I had the music on, it would probably get taken down. I haven't been running very hot in the heads up recently, but in the 8 game, been pretty good. Pretty good with the 8 game. So yeah, if anyone wants to play 8 game, I'm running hot right now. This one here, if I had like 2s or 3s, I might bet, but with 6s, I can check back. Okay, I'm folding a pay yet. Hello.
Hi. Sorry, I'm just getting set up.
Who
are you playing against?
Okay. Got Caton here, and we've got Brandon here.
Okay. Give me a sec.
It's tempting to call, but he's repping like a pair. So, I mean, if he checked, I would have jammed, but okay. Yep. So as I said to George and Owen here, you have the option to sit on either side of the table. We've got enough people to do like 4max or whatever. You can, yeah, that's good. Yeah, so you can sit either side. So if one of you three wants to sit on the other side, that's fine. But if you want to sit on this side and just watch me play and discuss the hands that we play, that's totally fine. So up to you guys. Some people like to play and then I comment on their play and then they rewatch the tutorial at a later stage. And some people like to get the commentary live and they can ask questions. So if you have any questions, make sure to ask.
Yeah, I did both last time. I found both to be helpful. If that helps anyone.
Jack 8. Yeah, I think it's close. It's close. It's not amazing. Oh, what a river. What a river. Does he have any 10s? I don't think so. I mean, go either way. I think this hand can just give up. You got to give up some hands on the flop. When you see a flop, you got to think about all the possible runouts that are good for you, and it's just like it's not a lot of them with king 5.
Runout's good for your hand or good for your range, or both?
Yeah, both. But specifically your hand, and that shows you where you're at in your range. It's a number of runouts that are good for your hand. It's not really the equity of your hand. It's sort of the equity of your hand, but it's more specifically the order of the runouts.
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of equity, the equity is just the number of combinations. But when I'm talking about runouts, I'm talking about the cards and their order and what you're going to do for that order. So for like king ace is better than like ace and then king, right? Kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you can bet and fold some of his ace high and then the ace on the river doesn't matter as much. If it's the other way around, it's not as good. I mean, probably should just call that, but right, it's the other side people threw at me.
How'd you end up picking a backdoor as your raise, or as a raise?
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah. What made you pick ace jack without any backdoors as a raise?
You gotta have some 2 overcard hands.
Okay.
I mean, calling makes more sense. Is it call? It's a raise. Almost got him to bluff into me.
What do we do with Ace Jack there if he
Almost got. Oh, you snap him off.
snap him off no matter what?
Yeah, I mean, even if he jams, you'd call. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's very strong. Yeah, so here on the right, when it checks down, the big blind's got like a really wide range, and because of that, there's not as many value hands, so you can't really bluff like everything. It's a spot where people don't realize, and so they end up massively over bluffing. Yeah, so with the queen 10 there, my plan was to pot it and then jack back the river. Probably okay to float this with the back door. Couple back doors there. 4 is a pretty nice card for us. Probably not necessary to bet this hand. I mean, I guess we could bet it sometimes, but yeah, I don't think it makes so much sense to bet it.
Yeah, fold seems more reasonable there.
Yeah, I almost called. It's just bet very small and then. Is this a 4-bet? I think it's sometimes a 4-bet. I can't remember.
I'll check.
I'm probably
The 9
wrong.
off is a fold.
Is it a fold?
Yeah.
Which one was it? Sometimes a 4-bet. I don't know. There's 10 line off. Sometimes a 4-bet somewhere.
Queen Jack off?
Oh yeah, Queen Jack off.
Yeah, Queen Jack off. And King Jack off. Yeah. By the way, I should really thank you for these ranges. They've really like prevented me from being like, oh, I'm gonna try to take the spot and run them off or like like just like sticking to ranges like really predefined. It's been really helpful.
Oh no, wait. I think it's a 4-bet when your heads up.
Oh, heads up is different.
No, it's not even. Is it 4-bet?
Heads up.
Yeah. When your heads up. I knew it was a 4-bet somewhere. Yeah, 10 line off. When you get 3-bet, you can 4-bet it when your heads up. Yeah, I'm getting my ranges confused.
Sure. White collar fold. No, it's never a full bet.
Yeah, so the heads up, there's heads up ranges specifically.
Yes, sometimes 4-bet. Yeah.
Oh man, that's a very nice term. I mean, it's just
Jack 10 off and Queen Jack off too. Yeah.
I just can't lose today. What is this? Am I potting it? I think I'm potting it. Ugh. Okay. If only it was like the 5 of spades or something. It's not the best turn card. Definitely the best turn card. It's probably not too bad. Yeah, I mean, I think all the ace has cool.
Okay, what's the reason for the small blocker bet there?
Because he bet a quarter pot on the turn, so he's representing a 4 and trying to get folds from like overcuts.
Yeah.
And because he bet so small, like I'm gonna be floating with a lot of like junk, and like flush draws and stuff. So I'm betting a 9 for value there. The
Yeah, I thought it was for
value.
value. So can you not go bigger for value?
Yeah, I mean they're bet 10%. You can go 10% to 25%. I think they're all reasonable sizes.
I was thinking even bigger. Say
You're donking. So this is a donk bet. After bet quarter pot. Oh yeah, 5-6. Okay.
So because you're donking, you want to go way smaller in general?
Yeah. So the donk is a value bet, but it's not a value bet with. It doesn't even have to have like super strong hands in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a value bet that's weaker than an ace. All the aces can like check call and.
Okay.
Wait, sorry. So with the hands that can win an extra bet from check calling, like some aces, you just check call, but the ones that are just trying to win an extra bet from 4x, that's probably going to check back, goes for the small dog.
Yeah, you'll have a mixed strategy with a lot of your hands there. Yeah, you got connection issues. Yeah. All right, I guess we'll just play heads up against Kane for now.
I can join in.
Yep, sure do that. Just sit there and there.
Yeah.
Just sit one on each side of me.
I'm gonna hang up the call now and join in. Okay.
Great. I guess you can sit on the same side of me if you really wants to. So like when someone posts, you sort of treat it as like a big blind. So play it the same way. And if you post for whatever reason, just check everything. Unless you're like on the button, then you can have some raises and stuff. But yeah.
So why check everything and not raise?
If you posted, because your range is 100%, and you got to defend it against people who are in position.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good exploit against people who are going to raise too wide every post.
So then facing a raise, you'd play something like your big blind range?
Yeah, something like that. I thought 8 would have bet bigger. Didn't expect him to call. It's kind of a strange card, turn card to do that on.
Sorry, just to clarify, Cotton is Mr. K Bond.
Yep. Mm. Yeah, right, let's bluff. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is not a snap call by any means. I'm definitely not raising a straight, so do I even have a straight? Yeah. It's probably a fold, but let's do this anyway.
Are you folding any aces to the turn bet on the right?
Maybe some of the weaker ones. It might not seem like the best flop to see it on, but because I small three bet, his range is much wider than mine, and so I'm going to be raising quite a bit. Backdoor roll draw, so.
The queen's a good card, right? Decent card.
Yeah, queen's pretty good for my range. It's really good. Yeah, he should just follow the flop. No, the backdoor flush draw. Yeah, he should definitely give up on the turn.
So I should definitely what? Go for it on the turn or fold on the turn?
I just give up on the turn.
Give up. Okay.
Like on the flop, like maybe continue. Like the only reason why he's going to continue this hand is because he's got a backdoor nut flush draw, but a lot of his other ace is just going to fold. Like he should be overfolding by a lot against my small bet because of the range asymmetry. If you replay the hand, I only 3-bet to 2.5, and so he's going to be calling with a lot of hands, and I'm going to be c-betting a lot, and then he's going to have to overfold against my c-bet. Like he has to because of the range asymmetry. His range is much wider than mine, and so I sacrifice checking EV in order to bluff.
So would you be close to range betting there then? With
Yeah, I'd be range betting that pretty easily.
Okay. And do you continue his combo with a call or as a raise? The ace ten with a diamond.
It's got some backdoors. You could go all three options, I think. All right. Ace ten suited. If you look at the equity, ace ten suited is like a really good jamming hand because it's got the most equity against ace king. It's not doing so well now, but it's got a lot of equity against ace king compared to ace jack or the other ace x.
Wait, sorry. Ace ten suited does better versus ace king than ace jack.
Yeah, yeah. Just in terms of equity.
Do you know why that is, or that's just how it
It
is?
makes more straights.
Ah, okay.
I don't think it makes any sense to overbet the five. The five is not a turn that you would overbet like 4 times a pot. I don't think it makes any sense. That guy Zybo Wang, he likes to come and go a lot. I don't know. Like if you come for a tutorial, you should stay for the tutorial, or you should not show up.
Yeah, fair enough. When people leave tutorials in university all the time. Well, why are we jamming on the left there?
The flop bet is pretty nonsense. I don't think it makes any sense to do that with any hands. And so he's either like massively over bluffing, in which case I can get him to fold out all those bluffs with a lot of equity against me. So let's just check back here anyway. So yeah, jamming is an exploit because of the imbalance in his range. His range is imbalanced enough to be able to handle it.
Okay, that makes sense. How do you know? How do you know he's unbalanced with having too much air though, or too many bluffs though?
Because that bet size doesn't make any sense with very many hands. What chain was it? This one? No, that one. Other table. This one. Yeah, it's one to probably sim. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm going to get called by worse sometimes, and I'll fold out all those bluffs. I'll probably get called by some of those bluffs as well. Like if he's got a flush draw and 2 overcards, he has to call.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Like 4-hander right now. Pretty full. So you can just watch the commentary.
Yeah.
Watch the good stuff.
I just walked, right?
Getting stacked by Brandon, like with his he's just getting dealt amazing hands all the time.
Are you able to play? Even with Minecraft? Oh, it doesn't seem to be working for him. But it works for me, for whatever reason.
So is the ace better for us? Is that why we bet?
You bet because our range is a lot stronger than his. After he checks back the turn, like the ace, not necessarily good for either player because he did only bet 1/3, so we're gonna have to play a lot of ace highs.
Yeah,
ace being down the river doesn't make too much sense. I'm probably like a queen, they want to do that. When he checks back the turn, it's got a lot of which gives up.
so when he raises, does that mean he has like 2 pair? Is what he's saying?
I was repping a queen, so he probably has an ace. Although I don't know, this raise size was a bit big. The thing is, he's got a lot of just hands which give up on the river.
Because on the turn there's a lot of draws.
Give up. So like a lot of draws that all those draws that check back have missed essentially on the ace. So he has to fold by a lot.
What?
I see.
Which is why I hesitated folding because I was thinking about just 3-bet jamming because yeah.
So if we had like King 10 there, we would like protect some of the hands by betting that size.
Yeah, so king 10 can just ship it against the raise. Oh, this is like fold or raise. It's probably a fold.
I think they choose king 6. Well, it's probably a blue.
I think it's go either way.
Just only king 6 is the blue.
It's the blue or is it pink?
2 big blind cutoff versus 6 big blind button. King 7, king 8, and king 5 are all like blacks, so folded. And then king 6, the one that's do anything you want.
Yeah. I mean, king 7's close enough. Okay. Here I'm bluffing. I'm ripping like a flush, really. A flush
Yeah.
with that.
Is there any reason to use king 6 and what's the difference between king 6 and king 5 and king 7?
King 6 has the most equity. King 6 just does a little bit better against the top of their range. So it sort of like prevents them from trapping, because if they do trap, you outdraw them a little more often.
Okay, but these are all computer generated, right?
I guess the fun thing about the
Mostly.
6 is when the 5, 4, 3, 2 is on the board and they have the ace, you beat them. Maybe it's got that going.
Yeah, it does have that going. Yeah.
But it's only a very minor difference with king 6, king 7, right? Yeah, overall.
Yeah, you got to get every edge you can get.
Right. Okay. Makes sense.
Was it fold? Might be different.
It's the king jack that is pink.
King Jack is pink. Oh, close enough.
Nice, got it through.
It's a pretty straightforward hand so far. It's actually pre-flop, a lot of folding, a lot of folding. So much tighter it is folding. Playing fallback versus heads up. It's so much tighter.
Could you explain the big raise on the turn on the left?
It's what got to do with like threatening stacks, really. Setting up a decent SPR on the river if it calls. Of course, I'm not going to shove this hand in the river, but other hands might.
Yeah.
Is this indifferent? It might be indifferent. All right, you guys have any questions so far? Any question about anything? I mean, it's all been pretty straightforward, I think. 6.
No, nothing that I haven't asked along the way, I don't think.
Great. Ten five, bit loose. It's a pretty good flop for the institution player, regardless of what the ranges are. These like very low boards, just because of the different turns and rivers. Presents a challenge for the opposition player to realize their equity.
So knowing that, what do you do about it as the out of position player? Knowing that the board's good.
You have to check a lot, and the opposition player will bet into you because they get to do stuff like see the rule for free if they bet and then check back the turn.
Right,
It's like generally low cards, and paired boards. Really good for the opposition player because of
why paired boards? Why paired boards also?
Because there's fewer possible pairs in both players' ranges. So
Okay,
you've either got trips or a pair. You don't have like 3 different types of pairs. And
so position helps you realize your equity, or take your hand to showdown.
Hang on. And so if you're and so both players are just going to have more unpaired hands in their range. And those unpaired hands have to balling it out to see who can win at showdown or who can catch up. So basically, every single turn card is difficult for the opposition player because every single turn card is going to bring, or almost every turn card is going to bring pairs to both players' ranges.
Right. Okay, makes sense. Okay.
And it's easier for the opposition player to decide when to bet than it is for the opposition player. And so on all those cards,
yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Becomes more difficult.
So when both players have really wide ranges, a lot of air, position ends up being more important than if everyone has strong hands.
Well, the strong hands are still going to be important. It's just more difficult to play. Like here, the cutoff doesn't have as many hands which connect with this board, but being in position helps sort of negate that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can draw now to catch up. I can check back some of my hands in my range to that queen. More difficult for my opponent to bet into me. If they bet into me, they're just going to have a hard time all the time.
Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
This is probably the strongest hand we're bluffing with. It's a bit weak. Tad weak. Alright, guys, I think we'll call that the end of the lesson. Any other questions?
No, thanks. This is really learned a lot. Thanks.
Let's play until next people on.
What time is it in Australia right now?
1 p.m. Well, it's 1 p.m. where I am.
12 hours from Toronto.
Great. Everyone home. Thanks for coming.
Oh, actually, sorry. One quick question. I couldn't
Yeah.
find the tutorial. I couldn't find the tutorial instructions on the Facebook. So, like, how do you actually end up joining the home game on Stars?
Yeah, so it's in the announcement. So there's an announcement. So if you go into Zenith Poker in a community in the group, and then on the left-hand side there's an announcements. And one of the announcements, there's 10 announcements. One of them has the link, the information to join. Yeah. We can look at the club ID.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll be able to find it.
Yeah, this is the club ID 2178936, and then the passcode is equilibrium or lowercase.
All right, cool. Thanks.
All right, thanks, everyone.